on the markets and how we should and why should we invest in the market through MTF. So we have Vinay Rajani here, who is our research analyst with HDFC Securities, having a huge experience into HDFC Securities, and he will take us through the markets and why should we, invest in the market through MTF. Followed by I will take up the product information on MTF. So, Vinay, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Sharmila, and welcome you all in this special webinar on technical outlook on market, as well as we will discuss about the MTF product. How can we take advantage of MTF as a leverage product in this bullish market? So, without much ado, let us discuss about the market first. So, this is a Nifty daily chart. Basically, we all know that Nifty has bounced back sharply from the lower level. The recent low was seen around 21,964, and from that level, we have seen a rise of more than 1,900 points from the bottom. So this is nothing but the 8% rise from the lower level. And now we saw that Nifty hit a high of 23,869 today. So more than 1,900 points recovery from the lower level, and there was some important resistance which was taken out previously, and step by step markets are getting strength. So that's a good sign. So after rising 1,900 points, there could be an instance of profit booking anytime. Today itself, we have seen that Nifty has fallen by 200 points from the higher level. So obviously, we cannot rule out the possibility of profit booking or running correction in this bullish trend. But yes, positionally, Nifty has turned very bullish. So talking about the moving averages, Nifty is comfortably trading about 20, 50, 100 and 200 days exponential moving averages. Recently, in yesterday's session, we saw that Nifty took out the resistance of 100 and 200 days EMA together. So it is a very strong sign technically. So positional trend of the Nifty has turned bullish. Today, we saw that Nifty also surpassed the previous resistance of the previous swing high of 23,800 and saw some profit booking. But overall, we are bullish. It might happen that for the time being in next couple of session or 2 3 days, market could correct. We see a strong support at 23,400. So 50, 100 and 200 days exponential averages are placed at 23,400. So that should act as a strong support in this profit booking scenario. So buy on dip should be the view. So Nifty has risen around 8% from the lower level. But if you were to consider the small cap index, so Nifty small cap 100 index has risen by 15% from the lower level. So strong recovery in the breadth of the market. Overall, we saw that there was a huge selling pressure in the January, February, and after that in the March month, we have seen a gradual start of recovery, and now the momentum was there till today morning. So almost 15% recovery in the small cap 100 index is a huge recovery, we can say, and it is definitely looks very strong on the weekly and monthly chart. That means positionally the trend has turned bullish. But yes, as I said, we cannot rule out the possibility of profit booking. The kind of momentum which we saw in last couple of weeks could not, we cannot expect same kind of movement in the small cap mid caps. So yes, buy on dip should be the view. We should take advantage of taking position in the MTF category. So definitely after a huge recovery in dips, one should look at going long in the MTF, selected MTF that HDFC Prime Research has been giving. So we have different products in MTF. We also have short-term MTF calls for 3 to 5 days. We have MTF positional calls with 1 to 2 months time horizon. We also have been issuing various sectoral exchange traded funds in the MTF category. That is also an opportunity one can have because it is a very low cost product ETF. So different categories we have in the MTF category, and that's what we are covering and trying to utilize the leverage in the long side product. So as I would like to conclude here about the market trend. So market is looking bullish. It could come down, but at lower level it should find support. 23,400 is a strong support for the Nifty, where it could find support and again start a bullish momentum. As far as this rally's target is concerned, we feel that the next target for the Nifty is around 24,125. This is nothing but the 50% retracement level of the entire fall which we saw from the September 2024 high. So all-time high for the Nifty was at 26,277. and recent low was 21,964. If we take this 5 months fall and take the retracement, so 50% retracement of this entire fall in the Nifty comes in at 24,125. That should be the next target for positionally for the Nifty. That doesn't mean that it will continue to rise like this. In between, we can see a profit booking, and 23,400 is a very strong support. So one should not lose hope. Many retailers have not participated in this rally, and still FIs are still holding their positions net on the sell side. So short covering can be expected by the FIs further, and we can expect this FIs long to short ratio to go above 1. That means net positions of FIs should come in the positive side, in the long side. Still, after rising 8%, 9% in Nifty, still they are carrying more shorts than long. So there is an opportunity of short covering by the FIs that will further ignite the rally in this benchmark indices like Nifty. So overall, we feel that there should not be a scenario like January, February, where markets fizzled out entire rally and entire bearish reversal will be there. We don't expect that. But yes, overall scenario is quite good as compared to the last 2 months, and we are expecting this rally to hold, and selective stocks will do very well from here. So let us also discuss about the performance of the MTF calls which we have recently issued. So this in this particular month in the March, we have come out with a 39 MTF short-term recommendation with 5 to 6 days time horizon. Then success ratio has been fairly good. If we are able to achieve more than 90% success ratio in 39 calls. The average return, absolute return, is 2.7%. But if we are buying in MTF, then we should count on return on margin, return ROI basis. So return on margin has been 7% average. So on every 30, on average return of 39 calls have been 7% ROI. I'm talking about the ROI because here we have taken around 40% margin, and return on margin is 7% on every recommendation that we have come out with in short-term MTF recommendation. And as you can see over here, average number of day the stock is recommendation remains open is only 2 days. So in within 2 days, you are getting 7% ROI, and almost 40 calls we have come out in the short-term MTF side. The another one is the MTF positional. So in MTF positional, we have come out with 11 recommendations, and the success ratio has been 100% in that. So all 11 recommendations are in positive, and the average absolute return has been 7.6%. But if you were to go by the return on margin, the return on margin is quite good. It is more than 20%. 21% return on margin is fairly good in a just 6 days of recommendation remains open. So this is quite huge. No doubt the markets have been supportive, but we have tried to capture as much as possible in different categories in the MTF short term as well as positional MTF as well as the exchange traded fund. So success ratio has been very good. In positional, we achieved 100% success ratio with 21% return on margin, while in short-term MTF, we have come out with 40 calls, 39 calls with an average return on margin 7%. So it has been fairly good, and we insist you to capture this and try to utilize our prime research recommendations in the MTF side to generate alpha in this bullish run of the market. So these are some calls which we issued recently. So the stock like RITES, this is the short-term MTF call summary. So stock like RITES, which was given in on the few days back, was booked in same day intraday, which gave 5% absolute return. But if you go by the return on margin, it could have been 9%, 10% also. So Gabriel 5%, Blue Star 4%. So these were the kind of returns we gave in the short-term MTF. But if you look at the positional, let me go into the board. Yeah, these are the positional calls which we recently booked. So Intellect was booked with a 6.5% gate, ROI was 16%. Torrent Power was booked with a 15% ROI return, and that took around 5 to 7 days, 8 days maximum. Bharat Dynamics, which is a one of the defense stock, we recommended that, and we got absolute return of 15%. So both the targets which were given was achieved quite significantly in a short span of time. The 38% return on margin was generated in the Bharat Dynamics. So this took only 8 to 10 trading session. Hikal was another pick where we got around 21%. ITC Hotel, we generated 19% and 2 to 3 trading session. So these all are very quite liquid stocks. It is not a small cap stocks where you can't catch the price. All stocks we gave out in the positional side was much very much available lower than the recommended price. So everyone got an entry easily in the below the recommended price. The return on interest and return on margin was quite significant. And capturing the view on the market, we also came out with three ETF recommendations. One was the CPSE recommendation in the starting of the month only on 3rd March. We came out with a bullish call on CPSE ETF. So we were bullish on the market, and we to capture that view and to utilize our bullish view, we initiated a long recommendation in the exchange traded fund in under the MTF category. That we booked with a more than 4% gain. This is again an absolute gain, but going by the ROI, the ETF generated 11% return in 15 days. Another one was the PSU Bank Bs. Here we achieved an absolute return of 8% and return on margin was more than 19%. So this also took only 4 5 trading session, and more than 19% return on margin was generated in the index. So getting this much alpha in the index is always a difficult one, but we have been able to give that much return in a very short span of time, because our view on the index was quite bullish. We previously gave we were bullish on public sector enterprise, so we gave CPSC. Then we turned bullish on the PSU bank. We came out with a PSU banks ETF recommendation. The another recommendation which was given a couple of days back was the ITBs. So Goldman Sachs, Nippon India ITBs was recommended. So we took a bullish view on ITBs in the last week, and today we can see in last two trading session ITBs almost risen by 3 4%. So that index is this ETF is also open right now, yet to achieve the target. But yes, it is very near to be our target. And three ETFs were covered during this last 15 17 session, and we have been able to generate good returns for our customers. So these are the open calls from our side, which are yet to give, which are yet to booked on the higher side, and these are the open calls in the short-term MTF. So Johnson, Hitachi Control, Heritage Food, Motherson, Sumi, HPL, NGN, and EPL Limited. These are the short-term MTF calls which are open from our side in from the Prime Research HSL. And these are the positional calls. So Hikal and ITC Hotel, here we have moved asterisk sign because the first target has been achieved in the Hikal and ITC Hotel, and that gave a very good return. But this SJVN, ITBs, and then Nelco, HCG, all these recommendations are still open from our side. So as I said, ITBs was recommended, which was about to hit our first target in today's trade, but somehow it has not achieved. Still, it is open for the second target. So we are expecting IT sector to do well, and that's why we came out with a short-term recommendation on TCS, Persistent, HCL Tech was also recommended, and ITBs was also recommended. So time to time, whenever we feel that some sector is going to outperform, we used to come out with our recommendation in the MTF category in various ETFs, as well as on large cap and short term mid cap category of that particular stocks. So this is our performance. This is the HSL Prime Research of HDFC Securities. We have umbrella of different products. So this is all about MTF calls which were given, and these are the open calls from our side. So this is what we I wanted to share with you all guys, and I insist you that you should be very active in tracking the recommendations which are being passed by the HSL Prime Research. This is a very good product, and we have got an opportunity this time to capture the movement of the bullish recovery which we are seeing in the market. So we should not miss out all this opportunity. It might happen that out of 10 calls, 3 calls or 2 calls went wrong, but in that case you have to follow the strict stop losses. If you don't follow the stop losses, then you will not be able to generate the trading gains that we have been counting in our MIS. So I would like to request you all to capture this moment, capture this opportunity, and follow the levels in the targets as well as in stop loss. We are very much confident that if you keep on following what we have been giving on active basis, then definitely the good amount of alpha can be generated in the MTF category and recommended by the HSL Prime Research. So this is all I wanted to share. Over to Sharmila.
Thank you, Vinay. That was
Sharmila ma'am, I think you're on mute.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Vinay, and that was really, helpful. And I hope people who are here have understood the power of MTF and how they can, capitalize on the profits that get generated into the market and by getting into this product. So what we'll do is, thank you, Vinay, once again. And what we'll do is we'll just go through the product here, understand what is MTF and how do we gain from this particular product, which is MTF, which is margin trade funding. I'll just share. So I hope my screen is visible to all. Now, margin trade funding also is called as buy stocks, pay later. That means you are buying the stocks and then you are paying it later. Now, what does this mean? So, what we'll do in this particular session is we'll understand the key features of BSPL, which is buy stocks, pay later, or margin trade funding, understand the concept of cash versus BSPL, MTF pledge, how is margin charged, how to place orders in BSPL from the ITS platform, and how the mark to market profits are computed. Oh, I think I just got missed out. We have a very bad connection here. So Omkar, now am I visible? Omkar?
Yes, ma'am, you're visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So let us start from the beginning. I mean, in case I don't know when I got missed out on the call. So let's do that, right from the start. Okay. So here we'll talk about the product buy stocks, pay later, which is also called as MTF, which is margin trade funding. Now we'll go through the key features of BSPL, understanding concept of cash versus BSPL, MTF pledge. We'll talk about MTF pledge, how is margin charged and how to place orders in BSPL and how the mark to market profit is computed. So this is what we'll cover into this particular session. We'll also go through the new features that have been developed into our IR platform, which can help you really very fast and very quick is what you can take decisions and then trade into MTF. So first, let's go through the features. What is BSPL? You buy a stock today. You can keep this particular position open for 275 days. 275 days are your trading days. So it goes actually over a period of 12 months. Over a year is what you can keep your positions open till. On T plus 275 days, you will have to mandatory either settle the particular position or you will have to convert it to delivery. In case you want to settle the position before T plus 275 days, you're most welcome. You can settle this position anytime before your 275 days are over. Now it gives you the it enhances your buying power so that, for example, you have a lakh of rupees, but you want to buy stocks worth, say, 4 lakh of rupees. So what do? You go in for margin trade funding. So what happens here is if you have a lakh of rupees, we will give you the remaining 3 lakh rupees, and that is how you end up buying something worth which is 4 lakh of rupees. So it also gives you the high leverage, and it also gives you an opportunity to amplify your profit potential. Now, when something is given to you, it is not always free. So what do? When we give you a particular funding amount, we charge you 0.05% per day on the outstanding amount until the position is settled. So say, for example, you have a limit which is worth 10 lakh of rupees, but out of the 10 lakh, you have utilized only 4 lakhs. So we will charge you only on the 4 lakh which is being utilized, and that is at 0.05% per day. Now, customers can take positions into MTF. Either they use the cash that they have into their savings account. Now, in case if they don't have cash, that's absolutely fine. You may have a great portfolio, worth some few crores or some few lakhs. So what you do is you pledge those particular stocks. You make your portfolio work for you. You make your portfolio earn you money. So you pledge those stocks, whichever stocks you feel you may want to pledge those particular stock, take a limit. Now, from here, whatever utilization of your limit is done is what we charge you on. So you can take these positions. Whenever you take positions through your stocks from your demat, those particular stocks are pledged. So they're not freely available for you to sell at any given point of time. For you to sell that particular position, you'll have to convert your MTF position into delivery, or you'll have to settle the position. Now, our MTF product is available across platforms, Empower, Mobile, and Pro Terminal. As we all know that Pro Terminal will shut down from 31st of March, and we have a web trading new platform instead of the Pro Terminal. Would request everyone who are trading on Pro Terminal switch to the new traders web platform. Now let's understand the product, and let's understand what is the difference between buying in cash and buying in MTF. So you have, say, a particular stock. You feel that, yes, the price is now 100 rupees. You are expecting this to go to 125 rupees in probably 30 days time, which is 1 month. So what do? You have a lakh of rupees. You now, with that lakh of rupees, what can you buy? You can buy 1,000 shares of that particular stock, which is costing you 100 rupees. So after a month, say this price reaches 125. So what happens? Your profit is 25,000 less whatever the other charges are that are levied onto your particular account. Take the similar situation when you do the same thing into MTF. Now you have cash of, say, a lakh of rupees. You have the same stock which is costing you 100 rupees. You feel the stock is going to go to 125. So what you do is, now that particular stock is giving you a 25% margin. So you have to get your 25%, which is a lakh of rupees, and we will give you the remaining 3 lakh, which is the 75% funding is provided by HDFC Securities. And that's how you end up buying stocks worth 4 lakhs. So now when you buy something worth 4 lakhs, what is the quantity that you have into your demat, which is 4,000 shares of that particular stock. Now, when you have that 4,000 shares into your particular demat, the price of that stock goes from 100 to 125. So what happens? Your profit here amplifies to 1 lakh rupees because you have 4,000. When you sell, you get 1 lakh rupees less the other charges what are being levied, plus whatever interest is what you've paid in the particular those 30 days that you have kept your position open. So here it amplifies your buying power, one. It amplifies your profits, 2. Now, please do remember this comes with a disclaimer. In a bloodbath like we saw in the last 5 months, it could also enhance your losing power. So you have to really, when you trade in MTF or you trade into the market, it's very important that you work with your stop losses. Now, what is MTF pledge? Now, SEBI regulation on margin pledge or repledge maintains that all positions are compulsory taken by way of pledging your particular stocks. So how do we do this? Earlier, we had the process where the customer had to approve that particular position that he has. But now it's all become automated. So today you take a particular position into MTF, which is your trade date. The next date, the payout of shares happen to you, and these shares are auto pledged. So whatever you have into your demat account is not freely available for you to sell. In case if you want this to be freely available to sell, you will have to either convert it into delivery or you will have to settle the particular position. Now, how is margin calculated? Now, let's understand how we will calculate the margin for you. So, take assumption that the price is 100 rupees. You've given 30 rupees from there and we funded you 70 rupees in that particular stock. So, here your margin is 30 rupees. Now, when your stock goes from 100 rupees to 110 rupees, nothing, no problem, everything is fine. This particular 10 rupees will be shown as an unrealized profit. So there's nothing that you have to pay. You just keep looking and it just keeps enhancing your unrealized profit in case of whatever is more than 100 rupees plus is shown as your unrealized profit. Now, take the reverse situation. When the stock goes from 100 to 90 rupees, okay? Say markets have corrected a little and the stock has gone on to 90 rupees. So what will happen is our systems will calculate what is the margin required for 90 rupees at 30%. So here it will come up to 27 rupees. But initially, what was the margin that you gave us? It was 30 rupees. But now the margin requirement here is 27 rupees. So what we'll do is we will return the 3 rupees back to you. But since the stock has fallen from 100 to 90 rupees, there is a loss of 10 rupees. So we will take 10 rupees from you and give you 3 rupees. So ideally, when we debit your account, we will debit 7 rupees from your account. Now, again, the next day, the stock from 90 rupees goes to 95 rupees. So what will happen in this scenario? In this scenario, our systems will calculate what is the margin requirement at 30% for 95 rupees, which is something in the range of 28 rupees 50 paisa. But now the margin that we've taken from you was 27. So there is a less margin of 1 rupee 50 paise. So what we will do is we will take 1 rupee 50 paisa from you. But however, since this particular stock from 90 to 95, we will return 5 rupees back. But since you have to pay us 1 rupee 50 paisa, we will give you that 3 rupees 50 paisa as a limit into your account. So this will not come to your account, but this will be shown as a limit. So that is the utilization of your limit is what you can do. So after from 95, the moment it goes anything above 120, it is shown as an unrealized profit into your ledger. Now, how is market profit computed? Here, anything which goes, it's a very similar thing that we explained in the earlier slide. Anything which is as a profit will be shown as an unrealized profit. A loss, we will take that particular amount from you. We will return the excess margin to you. So, and this will be provided as when from 90 to 95, that excess 3 rupees 50 paisa will be shown as a limit into the customer ledger. Now, how do we activate MTF? Now, DDPI activation. What is DDPI activation? That is your DMAT debit and pledge instruction. So here it is mandatory for you to have DDPI active. If DDPI is not active into your account, you will not be able to trade into MTF. So even though you have a trading account with us, it is mandatory for us to have DDPI active. Now we all have MTF privilege, but we do not have, some of the customers may not have DDPI active. From today onwards, we've started the new process of eDDPI. So we will cover that up in the following slides that happen. But it is mandatory for you to get your DDPI active. Now let's understand the enhanced features that we have into, our revamped MTF journey. The first thing is, in case if everyone is using the very old app of the IR, we've come up with the new app. So would request everyone to download the new app, the new IR app from the App Store. So this is what we were talking about, DDPI. Okay, now the moment you log into your app, into your account through your mobile, the first thing that you, in case if you do not have DDPI active, it will show you here. DDPI is not active for you, so activate. It will give you this particular sign. In case if DDPI is active, it will not show this particular sign. But for people who do not have DDPI, you will have this particular active sign which is present. Now, when you click on this, it will tell you to authorize now. Once you authorize, it will give you the stamp paper. You will have to proceed with the terms and conditions, after which you will have to enter your Aadhaar card and you will have to put in your OTP, and that is your completion of your journey of your eDDPI. Once this entire process is completed for you, it will take 3 to 4 working days for your DDPI to be active onto your account. The moment your DDPI is active, you will be able to start trading into MTF. So would request everyone, in case if the DDPI is not activated and you want to enhance your buying power, you want to enhance the potential, your profits. So I would request everyone to get your DDPI activated. Very simple process. Once you log in, just if you get this particular sign, just click on activate, authorize. You proceed with the terms and conditions with the stamp duty, and you put in your Aadhaar card. You will get the OTP, authenticate, and your DDPI is active within 3 to 4 working days. Now, what happens is we do have a square of alerts. So the moment your position reaches T plus 275 days, you will start getting alerts that yes, you will either have to settle this particular position or you will have to convert this into delivery. So this is very important for you. So, you don't have to keep, remembering when your position is going to be, settled and when is the last day of my particular position. So it gives you alerts. It also gives you alerts in case if there is any margin loss, M2M loss, which is there. It also gives you alert to fund your particular account. So it gives you all alerts which are possible, where your positions may be liable to be squared off. Now we have a very dedicated MTF dashboard. So when you look at, when you enter into your mobile app, into your trading account, you will see that whatever you have, what are your available limits, what is MTF trading limits, what is your utilized limit. So from your utilized limit, you will understand that, okay, on this is the amount that I am going to pay my particular interest. What is your available limit? Say you've taken a particular particular position, you've put in your stocks, put it as a collateral, and you've taken a limit on that. So it will give you what is your available limits. It will also give you your MTF trading limits. Would request everyone who has MTF positions will have to really, once in a day will have to really take a look at these particular screens, which will give you what is your trading limits, what is your utilized limit, what is your available limits, in case if there is any alert which is there for your M2M loss for you to fund an account. So once in a day, early morning, would request everyone to really take a look at these screens which are available onto your mobile app. Now we have the count of open MTF positions. First is you get what is the stock eligible, to buy into MTF. So, sorry. So here we have, say these are all the stocks which are available and you want to buy, say you click on buy, you will be taken to the screen where you will have to calculate what is the margin requirement and all that and place a MTF position there. You buy either in limit, you buy in stocks, at market rate, whatever is you wish to buy, you may want to place your orders. Then when you once buy it and you have different MTF positions, it will give you all your MTF positions. What are your open MTF positions? So say, for example, you have a stock A, you have a stock B, you have a stock C. Say, for example, you've bought a stock A, say maybe on 1st of Feb 2025. You've taken another position on 25th of Feb 2025. And you've taken a third position on say 2nd of March 2025. So you will be able to see stock A on all those 3 dates on a separate way, at what rate you bought and what rate it is, and what is the available margin requirement for those each particular stock. So would request everyone to please go through our new IR app, which gives you all these particular facilities which are there. Now we also have a margin calculator, which is very important for you to understand that how much you are paying and how much HDFC is funding. So it gives you it very clearly tells you that, say you want to buy a particular stock. Say, for example, you want to buy Tata Motors. Please, this is not a recommendation. It's only for your learning process. So Tata Motors is not a recommendation from us. So you want to buy Tata Motors from here, say you want to buy one stock. So, and you put in the price. Say you want to buy it at 1,000 rupees. So you put in the price 1,000, and then it will tell you that, okay, you have to bring 100 rupees and HDFC will give you 900 rupees. So 900 rupees is what you will pay your interest on. So this is your utilized limit. So this is your limit with which you have utilized. So your margin calculator is very, very important for you all to understand how much you have to bring and how much HDFC is funding for you. Now, please remember, every stock has a different margin. Maybe a stock A may have 30% margin, a stock B may have 50% margin, a stock C may have 40% of margin, and you will have some stock which is even at 25% margin. So every stock will have different margins. We also have stocks which are approved by SEBI and which are available for MTF. So out of your entire stocks which are available, we have about more than 850 stocks which are available for margin trade funding. Now here we have a separate deck for your MTF research recommendations. So you just go through your recommendations. This is a very old screenshot. These recommendations may not be available at the moment. So please would request everyone to take a look at our new recommendations which are available. So it gives you what is the script name. It gives you the potential percentage of your profits, and it gives you the duration. So you can make calculated decisions on your own. Say you have a very short term, look at the market. So you just want to keep it for 10-15 days, or you may want to keep it for 2 months. So accordingly, we do have a short term. We do have our positional MTF recommendations. So accordingly, as per your choice and your preferences, you may want to invest into these particular recommendations. Would request everyone to please read the disclaimers before entering into any recommendations of HDFC Securities. You're free to trade on your own. You feel that this particular stock, you may want to go and buy a position accordingly. Now, here you can monitor. It's very important for you to monitor your MTF positions on a daily basis, because you will, have to keep, maybe if there is an M2M loss, so you will have to put in that particular amount of funding which is required, which is sent as a message to you that, okay, this is the amount which you need to fund your account. Otherwise, your stock may get, or your position may get squared off. So that's very important for you to monitor your MTF positions. So you can monitor your overall gain, your today's gain, your estimated funding, your position breakup, your square of days and number of days left for you. Any given point of time, you may want to square off your positions. You may go ahead and place a sell order, or you may request your relationship manager to go ahead and place a sell order for you. In case anytime you may want to feel you want to take a position, you may do that. You may do that through your mobile app, or you may request your relationship manager to place a buy order for you. So everything here, ideally, this is do it yourself. In case if you are not maybe there is a network issue, or there is some issue, you may call up your relationship manager and tell him to place the order for you. Now convert to delivery. There will be multiple times where you feel that, yes, now I may want to convert this into delivery, or maybe even after T plus 275 days, you've made some good, decent profits, and you still want to keep that particular stock and not square it off. You'll have to get the remaining money, and you may convert to delivery and then keep it into your demat account as per your wish. Now, what are the benefits of this revamped MTF journey? Now, it gives you enhanced flexibility. It increases your transparency. It is a very user-friendly experience. So I would request everyone to go through our new MTF journey, a new app, and definitely this will help you take very, prompt decisions. And since it's being very user-friendly, your buy, sell, your recommendations, everything is available yeah, on the app for you. So here we have the entire year snapshot for you, where eMargin has given about 75% returns, 75% success ratio, and 75% returns that have happened. And out of the calls that were issued, that is 238, they were the success ratio has been at about 185. So positives were 185 and negatives were 59. So we had a 75% success ratio into the last year. But however, you just saw our 1 month performance, where we've given tremendous and great profits to our customers. So people who followed our recommendations have really made some good money. So here it is all about MTF. What we'll do is we'll take some, question and answers for you. So we have a chat box there. Anybody wanting to, put in your or ask a question, would request you to put in your questions into your chat box. Would request anyone having any questions, to put in your questions into the chat box. We don't have any questions. So I would really request anyone having any questions. So please enter your questions into the chat box. We would love to, have an interactive session here. I would love to have any questions answered for you. We have a question here. Can an NRI? I think it's trade in MTF. So okay. NRIs, I'm sorry, NRIs cannot trade into MTF. This is only available for RI customers. Where can we see the recommended list of MTF shares? Now, there is a separate research section that we just saw in the presentation. So when you log into your account on the mobile app, you will have recommendations as a separate tab over there. And where can we get the list of MTF recommended shares? So it's all available onto your into your app, and now you are also getting notifications. So the moment there is any recommendation, it is available into your okay. So they are not available on the web portal. So yes, they're not available on the web portal, but it is available into the IR app. So in case if you just download the new app, which is there, would be great, sir. Please share the PPT. If it was done earlier, one could have made better use of the time, having gone through it prior. Okay. So definitely we'll take that as a suggestion. Is there any filter to find better recommendations? I mean, sir, recommendations are just given. I mean, all recommendations are good for us. So I really didn't understand to find better recommendation for short term or position. Yes, sir. We do have that filter for short term and position. Yes, sir. Any more questions? Is the mobile app, I believe. What is its name? So Invest Right. The app is the mobile app. It's called the Invest Right. How to square off these pledge shares taken under MTF? So you can square it off by placing a sell order, sir. You just have to place a sell order to square it off. Any more questions, sir? Which one is good for MTF trading, web portal or mobile? So it all depends on how comfortable you are using your mobile. Some people are very, very comfortable using the mobile. Some people are very comfortable using the web portal. So it depends on your convenience, how comfortable you are with using a laptop or using a mobile. So it is all client based. But yes, our majority, 90% of our orders come through the mobile app. When do we get to see these facilities on web? So we're working on them and they should be available to you very soon. Please share a write-up text version of the lecture script. Sure, sir. So, Mr. Rajiv Kumar, if you could, write in to me or write into customer care, putting your email ID, we'll definitely share that with you. The customer care ID is customer care at hdfcsec.com. We'll definitely share the write-up text. Web is a better place to work. Yes, Mr. Shah, some people do feel that web is a better place to work. but our maximum with HSL is what I'm talking about. We have maximum orders coming through the mobile. But yes, some people are very, very comfortable with the web. Yes, so we will definitely share the presentation. I would request you to write into customer care, sir, and put in that you want to see the presentation. We're more than glad to help you with that. Any more questions here? It could also be done proactively, push method rather than. Mr. Rajiv Kumar, your push method, are you talking about MTF, sir? Okay, definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kumar. We'll definitely make a note of it. We'll definitely come up with the very revised training sessions in the next financial year, taking all these into consideration. Yes, sir. Any more questions? If I have taken multiple MTF positions of the same script and when I square off part of it, which is squared off the one taken first or the last one. Okay, so now here what happens is whenever you take, you have multiple positions, say you've taken first on Feb, you've then taken on 25th of Feb, and then you've taken on the 3rd of March. So whichever position you square off, that position gets squared off. But however, into your profit and loss, it follows the thumb rule, which is FIFO, first in, first out. So, probably you are squaring off a particular, say the third position, which could be in profit, but ideally, as per FIFO, that's first in, first out, which is a thumb rule of the income tax. It will, and if the price is very high and you've sold it at that lesser price, it will still show as a loss. But then when you're filing your taxes, you can definitely show in your contract notes and get that thing done. But when we calculate, it takes a thumb rule of the income tax, which is first in, first out. Sir, I hope I've been able to explain to you. So any more questions? Okay. I think there are no more questions, and it was really wonderful chatting with everyone here on the call. We'll definitely take these suggestions of having the push method rather than the pull method. We'll have some very revised way of having these training sessions for MTF. Thank you for all your all your suggestions. We'll be more than glad to implement it in some way or the other. And thank you all for joining this particular call. And we were glad to have this presentation done for you. If you still do have any questions, you're free to write into our customer care. We would love to answer them for you. Everyone asking for the presentation, I would request them to write into customer care. We will be more than glad to help you with the write up on this particular thing. Thank you so much. And you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you and happy trading.